Okay, welcome to another video. I am joined once again by FatNinja. We against Cavalry Commander and Furios. Alright. Alrighty, straight away as you can see, FatNinja's pulled up some of his katana here and some cavalry and swatted the enemy bandits straight away, and he's going to go run them down. Like you see, in the meantime, his opponent here has brought out all of his Yari cavalry, quite highly ranked. So if they engage into melee with the mounted gunners, then they will get wiped out fairly often. Right. As you saw a minute ago, they were pulling across, but then they stopped. So I have to reorganize my line, so I was going to go and reinforce FatNinja. But as you can see, we've all pretty much pushed up at this moment and try and defend both sides of the rivers. Right. And you see here FatNinja is trying to pull back his mounted gunners. Some cover here from the archers, but a lot of the unit does get caught up by the cavalry, causing them to quite go slowly, and now they have to cross the water and river crossings. Slow down your cavalry greatly, but as you can see, he's already routed. You can see now FatNinja's just organising his lines, putting some. He's got some Nagiata samurai. Putting these into the tree lines here just to cover his right flank due to the cavalry pushing across. And you see now he's trying to pull back his katana hero, but if the cavalry charge into him, he will lose a few casualties here, plus some arrow fire is raining in as well. Over on my side at the moment, it's just a standard off at the moment. Trying to reorganize my lines, push up slightly, try and get over some ground for him not to cross the river on me. Well, as you can see, FatNinja's mounted gunners have stopped routing, so they're able to use these once more. And his opponents seem to have, I was about to say stop charge on the hero, but they've came out and gave him another charge. They get another charge bonus upon them, which will cut down a few more of the men. And he's already lost over 2/3 of his unit now, so his katana hero probably will not hold much longer. You can see with him crossing the river now with his cavalry, FatNinja's now pulling up his heavy gunners, and also his notice that his mounted gunners have came back again. He's trying to use them into a bit of play. On this side, as you can see, his opponent is now pushing up the main bulk of the force just into range of that there, and as you can see, his cavalry gunning for another charge right into the lines of the heavy gunners, which were hidden, and cut down a very large proportion of them. Right. He's now needing to pull up some of his samurai, and as you can see, he is doing now to cover his heavy gunners. Just managed to get out of that. A few of the heavy gunners will get clipped, as you can see there, but they are holding pretty nicely. And you can see with a direct push over here by all of his units, I do bring up my guns and some of my lone sword Ashigari here to help out in this battle. Some fire arrows now going off. Cavalry's charged up behind his lines to try and get rid of these heavy gunners. But as you can see here, he's now starting to waver one of these. Well, doesn't manage to rout one of those sets of cavalry, and he's got these ones here wavering, which is soon rout with all of these men charging. And as you can see, he's pulled over his long, his long Ashigari. Ashigari, sorry. And soon he'll, there you go, he's just routed the last bit of that cavalry there. And you see now with his mounted gunners, he's now put them just here in the river, trying to get some gun support, hitting them on the side. And you can see on this side here that my opponent, Cavalry Commander, is now bringing up some mounted gunners himself upon this side here. And you can see over in the main bulk of the fight here, I am now charging into my lonesome into melee. I'll try and get someone up to hit into their guns and their archers on that side, trying to rout them. You see FatNinja doing some good cavalry play, trying to get them out of the way so they won't get charged by the warrior monk here, is that? Yep. And on the back there you can see his heavy gunners coming into play a bit more. And you can see my troops in the melee as well. Got a good additional support here upon this side, trying to help him out there. You can see his heavy gunners now going up there. I'm trying to pick them off with a few archers. Since they're in lead formation and moving quite quickly, I don't really get that many. As you can see over upon this side here, FatNinja just pulled away his heavy gunners, mounted gunners, apologies, just try and get out of the way of the Yara units they have there. And see there, these guys here have now decided to pull back, knowing that they've lost a big bulk of their melee. I do pull my guns across, as you can see here, try and get rid of some of the gunners they have coming up. And I got some couple lines here as well in case they do charge. We might see easier, but my gunfire here took down a big bulk of them in. And you can see here, he is now, well, cavalry commander's reinforcements now pulling back due to having no additional support here, and he has quite a lot of Nagata samurai, to defend his lines. And you can see here they managed to charge my matchlock Ashigari here, took a few casualties along with them, but the other rows of guns shooting here, and also FatNinja has his matchlock warrior monks shooting at them as well. They routed and disbanded pretty quickly due to the bombardment that we gave. And see, now we're just sorting out our lines once more. And as you can see already, that FatNinja's opponent has lost a big bulk of his men out of melee completely, apart from his warrior monk heroes here. It also has some bandits as well, which he could use as a good stealth unit to get across. At the moment he's just pulling these guys into the trees. And upon my side, as you can see here, cavalry commander is starting to do a push against my lines. Some arrow fire going off here, but I'm not too concerned about his bow unit, so I try and target some sword infantry, just try and get them out of the way. I pull my bows back here, try and get some more fire off. And you can see one of his units has used a whistling arrows, which does affect his men around him as well as some of my men here. But with my Nagata samurai, I put them in front of my men to delay most of the bulk of the melee here, and also they got such a heavy armor rating, a lot of their arrows shouldn't do too much damage. And you can see I'm now pulling back my support I gave to FatNinja to help along my lines. And he is now charging up his Waka Raiders and some lone sword into melee here. And he's also got his long Yari Ashigari as well. Walk up into Spirit Wall, so they should hold quite well. But you can see he's now bringing up some of his fire cavalry. He's engaged them into my spear infantry, probably not the best idea for him, but the bonus charge does prove helpful in this. I need to be careful for my general here due to the arrows coming across. So I'll pull them back slightly to the left to help out on this side as well, since my units are starting to waver. And you can see with my general being close by, he has stopped this Nagata unit here from wavering, and then he just managed to stop that one as well. They've managed to break my long Yari Ashigari. On this side at the moment, as you can see, most of FatNinja's opponents are heading into the trees and now just pulling them back. Actually, this side we are now starting to rout their fire cavalry. Starting to waver, and soon they should rout. Trying to reorganise my bows here. And you can see now I have targeted the general, so he's going into the last stand. If I manage to get rid of the general, hopefully a lot of the men morale. I do hit a rally ability, and I inspired this unit here so they can keep fighting. Actually now some arrow fire still trying to take down my general. I've lost quite a few units in there. Now with my general away from this side, some of my men start wavering, as does his. But he is in last down formation, which gives his men quite a big bit of bonus. You see I've gone into stand or fight formation as well, trying to conceal myself in trees to protect me from some of the arrow fire. You see I do bring up some of my guns here to try and get a shot up the Ashigari which is charging me. And this is an early formation, they were quite spread out trying to formate as well. I didn't kill as many as I did plan, but I do try and set out my guns here because I know that they're going to give chase, so hopefully I can get some more bullets again. As you can see here, he is getting the better hand of me in melee, so I have to be quite careful here. I do try and pull off, I do believe I pull my general, there you go, I'm back on my horse now to try and come over here and help in the main fight. I'll try and pull back my range units now, try and get some cover here since FatNinja is behind me. I'm not too fussed about what's coming across. And you see here some of my Nagata samurai still trying to hold on. Again, some more gunfire here happening onto their Yari Ashigari. Upon this side, I can see it's just a ranged fight at the moment against FatNinja and his opponent. He's now pulling back and slightly try and get their men out of the tree lines, because if they do self-walk way up and then go into melee, he could lose a few of his range units. Also needs now to keep an eye on what's behind him, since I have lost a lot of my men and now trying to fall back. And so I divide them here slightly to try and get some more range, well, more of an arc, so I can try and shoot more men. And you can see here and here my matchlock have engaged into melee. Not very good for them against their units, they will end up cutting me down. But I do have my archers back slightly as well, and my general shooting. But yeah, you had to run fast, didn't he? And you can see it did charge me with Whacker Raiders, but I did manage to get quite a few shots off. Now so a lot of little men, so they've already routed, as you can see, pretty much straight away. He has some of his Ashigara now shooting at my general. I do probably need to pull out my general very soon, since he's now charging with his lone sword Ashigara as well. I'll try and keep up my archer fire, try and get rid of them. Back over on FatNinja's side, as you can see. Yes, FatNinja did drop from this game. I do believe this is just here. So he's now pushing up all of his men to fight these men here. My Nakayata Samurai is still holding on. Luckily, only 61 men in their units, so I can try and carry on fighting for a short while. I can see I've got some guns shooting at these guys here. I do need to get rid of a lot of their archers. As you can see, FatNinja now starting to do some fires. Get some additional damage up here. A lot of their units are suffering some heavy fatigue. As you know, it will slow down their movement, and also, I apologise for that. 1 second, I'm going to pause the game. Alright, sorry about that. Someone just rang me seeing if I'm selling any drugs. I'm like, what? No. But anyway, as you can see here, I've now started to charge my general just into these Daiaku Samurai archers here, to try and get rid of these men and try and break them. They are pretty powerful ranged units, but as you can see, I've managed to break them as well due to the help of my heavy gunners. And you can see FatNinja's starting to pull units back on this side since she's engaged into melee. They have charged in with his monk hero. So let's see, he's just got FatNinja, apologies, just got Yari Ashigara in there at the moment, so he will not hold that against very well. AI decided to charge with the archers, but you see I'm trying to give some arrow support, but I do avert my fire, since he's got a lot of men in there now. I don't want to be hitting his men in the ass. Alright, and you see this side, I'm now trying to form up my lines again, try and do another push up here on these guys in black. I forgot his name, Cavalry Commander. Well, what's that? I don't know what my men. What's my men has broken out. I only have these few archers and my matchlock and my, well, 6 men of my general left to my name. So you can see I now try and push up my archers slightly more here, try and get a bit more cover on these guys here, and do try and pick out his general. You can see is now bring up the heavy gunners here, it's just to the side, hopefully get some gunfire across on these guys. All the time he's pursuing these people down here to try and finally break these. That'd be one of my arrows. And so now I charge some of my archers into their matchlock Ashigara, try and stop the gunfire coming in here and doing any more damage to FatNinja's men. Also push up these warrior monks here just so I can get a bit more range onto their general. And back on this side, as you can see, I'm now just forming my lines up here because I've noticed that some of his archers have stopped routing, and since FatNinja's men are now chasing down these last few units of these guys, I'm not really too worried at the moment. I just want to get rid of any possible side flank that they have here. And you can see my general, my general just routed, only 6 men in their unit. Not surprised that happened earlier. And see, I disorientated their lines a fair amount with my charge of them there, and with the heavy gunners now shooting at their general, they managed to rout them and they're now totally gone. So the rest of his units now managed to break and fled. Well, that appears to be game. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the slight interruption in the middle, kind of threw me off near the end of my commentating. I hope you enjoyed the battle nonetheless, and I'll see you next time.